Good morning. This is where we slept. About 5 miles from town. Beautiful, quiet. Just waking up now. There's a small river just here. That's it.
Okay, come on.
Good morning. We are right now in downtown Sun Valley, Ketchum. I don't know, something about this town doesn't feel right for us. Maybe it's another one, no?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like too pretentious. We got a bad juju, a bad vibe from this place, so I guess we're just gonna have our talk and move on, even though it's a beautiful place and it's an unbelievable town. But that's the general feeling that we got, so
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, we're gonna meet our
Awesome.
our host, the one who invited us, and that's it. See you soon. Shabbat Shalom. Now headed to the Jewish Community Center. We've gone a little bit early because Danielle thinks it's important for us to mingle and network.
Just not to be late.
Yeah, and that's it. To be honest, our host, she's not my cup of tea. Very tough woman. Not very pleasant, but at least she got us here, so we'll need to give her credit for that.
Sure.
And that's it. Probably after that, we'll either leave tonight or tomorrow early morning. That's it. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. See you guys soon.
And Leor, why don't you come up and tell us a little bit about yourself and your travels, because Leor's been to 31 states talking about this industry.
In 2013, I arrived in New York as many of the Israeli entrepreneurs who are hoping to build the next Facebook or Google or whatever that is. And coming from a country which is known as Startup Nation, I was very shocked when I encountered with people in New York, because for me as an Israeli, this is the pinnacle of the high tech, this is the equivalent of the Silicon Valley, and everyone should know that Israel is a startup nation. Israel has more entrepreneurs and more startups per capita than any other place in the world. Yet when I spoke with people on the street, when I told them that I'm from Israel, their first and unfortunately only notion of Israel was Israel equals conflict with the Palestinian. I really have to say that, first of all, we have to understand that even though Israel is not perfect, Israel is the home of the Jewish people. And I think that it's very, very easy for us to see only the negative, but we have to remember that there is so much good that's going on in Israel, and we have our work and our job as Jews living in America is to share some of this work and use some of the good things that Israel in order to empower others. Instead of focusing on ourselves, and that's what I'm trying to say in all of my talks, is instead of focusing on how bad we look or how poor we are, we need to use this beautiful tools that Israel is building, that the Israeli entrepreneur is building, in order to help and empower other peoples in our community, other people in our golf club, or whatever that is. Whoever we're surrounding ourselves with, we need to understand what their needs are and see if we can bridge it through an Israeli connection. And so that's it. I want to thank you all for listening. And if you have any question, please feel free. Thank you. What a thing. She's amazing. She's amazing. She's a husky, right?
Something like that. I don't think she's not quite a husky.
We'll give a short introduction. We met Joe and Olympia, this lovely couple.
And Albie.
And Albie.
And Albie, just at the service that we just gave. And it's funny because we told you that we haven't met like people that are more, that we can relate to. It seems like just this obnoxious town of all these mega wealthy. And Joe led the service, which was beautiful. And after, he and his wife have invited us over for Shabbat dinner. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves in a very cozy environment, having a Shabbat dinner with these beautiful mountains on our side, this wonderful dog, and now he's teaching us how to breathe according to
So
the...
this is Nadi Shodhana. It's a pranayama. So pranayama is breathing exercises. And Nadi Shodhana, the nadis are the channels where your prana, which is your life force, travels through. And the tradition is there's 72,000 nadi channels. And so there's lots of yogic breathing, and the question's like, why? Right? Okay, when you're panicking, take a deep breath. When you're stressed, well, why? There's a reason. And so the reason is it has to do with the mind and the breath. So the breath, it's the one part of your body that is both automatic and controlled. Your heart, automatic. Hands, controlled. Your breath is both. I mean, you can blink a little bit, and you can make yoga with this if you really wanted to, but it's nowhere near as deep. With the breath, it's always going. You can't stop it. You can pause it. And if you forget about it, it keeps going. And then with the nervous system, the parts of your brain that control the breath control, like the automatic parts and the controlled parts are met with the breath. So they're both controlling your breath, and by controlling your breath and using breathing exercises, you open that part of your brain. And then you get to a deeper level, which is you have your autonomic nervous system, and then you have the sympathetic, which is fight or flight, and you have parasympathetic, which is the deep rest state, like deep sleep, power naps, meditation. And all these are linked to your breath. And so your breath, it's almost like an algorithm in computers to reboot the body and access this part of the brain to lead your nervous system towards homeostasis. Now this particular exercise is alternate nostril breathing, and your nostrils, it's a very subtle part of your body, and when you start bringing awareness to the subtle parts of your body, you bring awareness to the subtle parts of your life. And that's deep in yoga and Buddhism. With the nostrils, so you breathe in from the right nostril, and the left side of your brain is a little more active because the left side of your brain controls the right nostril, and then you breathe out the left. And then you reverse.
So you breathe...
When you breathe from one, if I breathe from my right nostril, this side of my brain is a little more active, and I breathe from this nostril, this is a little more active, and the sides of your brain are different. They control opposite sides of your body, but the left side of your brain, which controls the right side of your body, is designed more like linear processors in computing, sequential functions. First A, then B, I must go to the store, then I buy milk, then I pay, then I come home. And the right side of the brain, which controls the left side of your body, is linked to emotion, creativity, nondescript thing. In the tradition, and take this or leave it as it suits you, the right side's called masculine, the left side's called feminine. If that doesn't suit you, leave it. But in language, talk about logical things and feminine emotional things. So that's the tradition. It doesn't mean anything on you and your life and your identities. But So what you do is you take your index finger and you put it on your third eye, and then you cover your left nostril with the middle finger, and you inhale through the right nostril. And you hold so
If this, oh, sorry, so I did like this and
inhale, and then you pause, and then switch, and then exhale. And then inhale. No, other side. That's a different exercise. And then exhale. So, and then we just do this for a few minutes. Put your hands in your lap and just observe. Slowly open your eyes.
beautiful.
So, how do you feel?
Amazing. First of all, I don't believe there's any individual events in life, and this month I took on myself, not a vow, but I took on myself to meditate every day. And these last few days I have been meditating, but today I haven't. And so the fact that we are here now, like, I always say, like, what are the odds? But I don't believe that it's a random fact that we met and we got connected and we are here now sitting and meditating. So for me, this is how I see the divine. This is how I see everything that is interacted. And first of all, I cherish you and I thank you for teaching me another technique. I've been doing most of my meditation through, listening to Tara Brach. If you heard of her,
Yeah.
and just I'm always seeking to learn some more things, and you take some tools on the road the same way that you brought us this beautiful food that you gave us. This is for me, this is food for my soul, so thank you, I appreciate it.
Namaste. Shalom.
Namaste, shalom.
Shalom.
Yes, what is it?
So this is
neti.
jala neti, and this is called a lota. Many people call it a neti pot. The pot for
Okay.
neti. Traditional Hindu term is lota. And you clean your nostrils. So the nostril, okay, so we're doing the nadi channels through the opening our energy pathways through the nostrils. Well, first we clean them. So this is salt water. I suck it into
Oh my god.
my mouth to clean the eustachian tubes.
Wow.
What?
It's amazing. I love it.
Sometimes I put some tea tree oil in there.
It's really.
This
tasty.
has some essential oils too. I do need salt water. You can't do clear water because you want saline.
Otherwise it stings.
How
And
often
you have to
do you
do-
do it?
Every day.
You're
Every
supposed to do
day.
it every morning. You're supposed to.
And it feels really good.
And then
And what is this thing that you added?
this is salt.
Oh, just regular salt or
Yeah, special salt.
special salt?
So the deep idea with yoga.
And then you
Wow,
put some
that
on
was
I am not my
amazing.
body, I am.
Right.
I am not my body, I am. And you find that truth through observe. I am cleaning my body, so my consciousness observes. My consciousness is cleaning my body, and then you begin to see your body as an object of your temporal self. And your consciousness is eternal, and you begin to see that transition.
Yes, I'm so happy
You can add some-
know and hear that people understand this.
You can
Yes.
add some drops of oil. This is special Indian oil.
Mhm.
You don't have to, but they're big into using oil because oil is a lubricant. You lubricate your body. And you pour it through, and you just tilt over it. It'll go out the other side. You just relax your
Okay.
nostrils.
And you can't drown. And you just open your mouth and breathe.
Quoi?
And then you switch when you're ready to switch. You do the other way.
כן, זה, עכשיו. וואו.
And we keep our mouth open and then we suck it through and spit it out our mouth and then it really pulls it through to get all the snot out.
Wow. It feels like salt water. It's going through your nose. Exactly what it is.
Wow.
But it is.
It feels clean, right?
It does.
If it stings too much, then the concentration is wrong. It shouldn't feel too horrible.
No,
if
it's
it,
not.
If it
No,
sometimes it-
and
yeah.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's-
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it. While you tune it in, tell us what is this instrument?
You're filming?
Mm-hmm.
In yoga, there is asana, hatha yoga. There's bhakti yoga, which is chanting and saying the names of the gods, and there's nada yoga. Well, there's raja yoga, which is meditation. There's karma yoga, which is doing good, helping the poor, feeding the sick. And there's nada yoga, music, the yoga of sound. And, well, the musicians say that's the fastest path to enlightenment.
Wow.